Now that Notre-Dame Cathedral is almost ready, we have a great reason to celebrate. First, it will be reopened soon. And besides that, the countless relics that have been preserved here for over 800 years, both relics and works of art, almost all of them have been preserved and are still intact to this day. Do you know who is going to show this to you? It's Sergio Patrick.
In the weeks following the fire at Notre-Dame, specialists from the Mobilier National, which is the national heritage institution here in France, went to the cathedral to try to find in the rubble the artworks, right? The entire collection that existed inside. And they had a pleasant surprise because a lot of things were just wet from the firefighting efforts or dirty with ashes from the fire, from the soot that fell on these works of art. 13 paintings from a 17th century collection were taken to the headquarters of the Heritage Institution. We're heading there to take a look. Music. The works are by various artists and are collectively called the May works, or simply Mays, because they were made to be displayed in May in front of an image of Our Lady in the cathedral. Every year, always in the same month, there was a rotation and a new work was put on display. Out of a total of 76 original Mays, 13 remained at Notre-Dame and can be seen here. 24 disappeared over the centuries and the rest are in private collections. The exhibition is a unique opportunity to see the works in the order in which they were completed, by order of the Paris Blacksmiths Guild, music. These works were produced in the context of the Counter-Reformation, which was a response by the Catholic Church to the Protestant Reformation, mainly the narrative contained in books like Acts of the Apostles and the main Gospels of the New Testament, music. This painting here by Aubin Vouet is from 1639, one of the oldest of the Notre-Dame May paintings. Here we see St. Peter arriving at Caesarea Maritima. He is welcomed by the centurion Cornelius. St. Peter, with the characteristic beard seen in representations of the apostle, a blue tunic and a yellowish golden cloak, and the centurion Cornelius kneeling with a white cloak and pink clothing with golden details. Here we see a strong inspiration from the master Caravaggio with the use of strong colors and also with the play of light and shadow, music. Is that of Laurent Delahire, the conversion of St. Paul. Paul was one of the original apostles of Jesus. He converted later after being a Pharisee who persecuted and killed Christians. Right at this moment, he was on the road to Damascus. He was on the way to Damascus, and he had his moment with a vision. He talked to Jesus, and from then on, he became the greatest proclaimer of Jesus' message. In the painting, we see Paul on the ground, looking up astonished, still with a young appearance if we compare with other representations of Paul. The horse has also fallen. In the upper left corner of the painting, we see Jesus and some angels, just as part of Paul's vision at this moment of conversion. Music. Aqui a obra de Charles Lebrun de 1647. The Martyrdom of St. Andrew, one of the 12 apostles of Jesus. Brother of Pedro, you know, who was Simon, both fishermen on the Sea of Galilee. Simon was baptized by Jesus as Cephas, which means stone in Aramaic, and that's how it came to be. Cephas means stone in Aramaic. Was condemned by the Romans around the year 60 and was crucified on an X. That's why Saint X is the symbol of Saint Andre. And here we see a detail that according to reports, Saint Andre was not nailed, but rather tied to the cross. And we can see exactly the left foot of Saint Andre being tied by a soldier in this part of the painting. In this work by Jacques Blanchard from 1634, we have a representation of Pentecost, which according to the accounts took place 50 days after the crucifixion of Jesus and was the moment when the Holy Spirit descended upon the apostles. We can see in the details of the painting some small flames, right? Little tongues of fire coming from the sky. Exactly where everyone here, the apostles, are looking at this moment. It was depicted in Blanchard's painting. And this is the image that used to be at the baptismal font of Notre-Dame before the fire. In this other painting by Charles Le Lebrun, the stoning of Saint Stephen. According to the Acts of the Apostles, he was condemned for blasphemy. Among his attackers was Saul of Tarsus, who, after his conversion, would become Paul, Saint Paul. Here we see Saint Stephen in white clothing with some stones already on him, looking very pale. The first martyr of Christianity looks up and sees Jesus beside God. I'm leaving the historic preservation building here in Paris on a rainy day, but what a privilege it is to see up close these works that used to be in Notre-Dame Cathedral and will soon return there, right? Even closer than we could before, and then we'll be able to see in the church, in the main church here in Paris. And actually, not just these paintings, not just these works, but other pieces that are part of the collection will return as soon as Notre-Dame reopens, along with the treasury, which contains relics such as Jesus' crown of thorns. All of this will be put in place, will be put back as soon as the cathedral is ready.